What's up, guys? Jay Wink here with Monarch 527 on YouTube, and what is it on Instagram?
Project_Monarch 527.
Yeah, that will be in the link in the description below, so you can find Braden and see what he does. If you guys are interested into anime and stuff like that, that's kind of where that's kind of the area where he likes to, where he does stuff and anything like that. So yeah, this is enough plugging for now. And so we're here to talk about the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice movie. And we saw this Thursday night at about probably 9:45. And what'd you think, Braden?
It was alright.
Okay, yeah. I thought it was alright too. Some things definitely were not the best, and some things were pretty good. We'll go through a list of kind of the things that we liked and the things that we didn't like, and I'll go first saying what I did like. So I thought the best part about it was Ben Affleck as Batman. I really did like the scenes that he was in, because I thought Ben Affleck really does kind of encapsulate who Batman kind of is, besides the kind of killing, that Batman does, and I'll go over that later. But also I did like Gal Gadot's, well, I don't know how you say it, Wonder Woman, I'll just say, Wonder Woman's character, and kind of just how she was portrayed in the movie. I thought she's kind of very mysterious, and then we find out that she's back from 1914, and definitely I like to see that, they're trying to expand this universe, by doing that, and I liked that she didn't give too much array of her backstory, and that was good, because you got to give her room for that, for her movie that's coming out next year, I believe it is. And so I thought Henry Cavill did a pretty good job, Superman. He did the same thing like how he did in Man of Steel. Nothing really exceptional in my mind that I'd say, but I think that's about it. Oh, and then I like Jeremy Irons. Like I said, I liked most of the Batman scenes, and yeah, and the Batman versus Superman fight at the end between Batman and Superman with the armored batsuit, that was pretty awesome. All right, Brandon, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess the characters were just fine the way they were. The beginning is pretty good. It was just the how they switched from Batman to Superman. It didn't really come together until maybe the middle or the end of the movie. How like they go, this is Batman, and now this is Superman.
Oh, you mean how the different scenes were together and everything?
Yeah.
You like that?
No.
We gotta specify what you like and don't like.
Okay, that's one thing I didn't like.
Okay, so yeah. So what did you like, Braden? Go over that stuff quick here.
Okay, I like the beginning sequence.
You mean the opening sequence?
Or, yeah.
That I've told you that I hated repeatedly?
With the death?
Yes, with
Yes.
the death of Bruce. Go ahead.
Yeah, they started with the funeral, and then they they went through Batman's story again. But I think,
I don't know why you liked that. That was horrible.
because it was like slow motion and special
Just because it was in
effects
slow
and-
motion and special effects doesn't mean it's good.
But I mean, like, when you see that gun get pulled and...
You mean by the pearls? Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked visually cool, but it proved no purpose. We all know who Batman is. We all know his origin story. We all know, and all it showed was his parents died. Everybody knew that back when the first Batman came out.
Okay, well, what if you haven't seen Batman?
Well, then I think you've pretty much handled it, because there's been 3 different franchises now. Well, yeah. There's been the old Batman, then there was the Christian Bale Batmans, and now there's this new Batman.
Well...
It's just like Spider-Man. You don't need to keep redoing the origin story over and over
But
again.
they keep doing it anyways.
No, they're not doing it for Civil War.
Oh.
Yeah, because he's already Spider-Man. Okay, so we're going to move on to the stuff that we did not like. And so I'm going to say what I didn't like first, and then Brandon's going to say what he didn't like. So the things that I didn't like I said, was just the opening sequence, because we kind of had an argument about that. I also was not a fan of Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. He played a good character, but it was not Lex Luthor in my opinion. It is not Lex Luthor, but like I said, the character he portrayed he portrayed it very good, but it was not Lex Luthor. And so then moving on to something else that I was not a fan of is the shoehorning of the cameos right at the end. With with Aquaman, Cyborg, and the Flash. I wish they would have just kept those files just like the way they were when they first were seen by Bruce Wayne. They were not opened; they were just seen. I wish they would not have opened them because we do not need to know, anything about them. We already have an idea of, for comic book fans to be like, oh, I know who this is, and then especially if fans see that, when Wonder Woman's in there, it's like, oh, other metahumans? What are these guys? And then they go and find this stuff out. It would have been interesting to do that instead of, just Zack Snyder being like, here, I'm just going to tell you anyways. But, also, something I didn't like was Doomsday at the end. And I just felt like it was just, kind of bland, I didn't like the villain very much. Doomsday, very good. But one other thing that I did not like was kind of these scenes kind of were not all stitched. Some of them were stitched together pretty good, because they had parts from the last scene that, kind of intertwined. But, so it was missing something, I felt, in my opinion. I don't know what it was, but, it was just missing something. And then one other thing would be that, it was that, oh god, okay, it was, completely just spaced it out. Okay, Brayden, you can go ahead and say your stuff you didn't like while I think like an idiot over here.
Okay. One thing I definitely didn't like was how at the end with Doomsday, that did not look like Doomsday until the very end.
True point, I believe that.
Because he didn't actually evolve, like his bones weren't sticking out until the very end.
Yeah, he got his hand cut off by Wonder Woman, and then he had a bone hand, but,
True, but still. And another thing I didn't like is how they killed Superman. I mean,
whoa.
Well, it's happened.
Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
Doomsday is the only one to kill, or not kill Superman, but put him into a healing coma.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Well, okay. Well, I liked that Superman did die. That's something I forgot to say that I liked. And I figured out what I also didn't like, but I'll explain after Brayden. But I felt like Superman's death was good. I did not like the resurrection at the end, and because I wish they would have left it so that you wouldn't, so that wouldn't have happened. But Brayden has a different opinion, which is okay. And so, Brayden, why do you think that Superman's death was bad?
Because obviously, everyone is either going to be really upset because they don't know about Doomsday and Superman, or they're going to be expecting it because Doomsday has killed Superman.
Well, see, then that would make the whole thing that much better because then you would see then you would see Superman die right in front of you, and then he wouldn't come back for a couple movies. Because like I pitched to you, I wish they would have kept him dead. They should not have shown the dirt rising at the end of Dawn of Justice. They should have left it until the first Justice League movie, and then they could have went back with the Flash or somebody back in time to go and get Superman right at the end of the movie, and then at the beginning of the second one, come and get him, or something like that, just to kind of be like, whoa, there are stakes in this universe, because I don't want them to go down the same path as Marvel, because this universe has potential. Man of Steel wasn't bad, this one was alright, and so it's kind of gradually kind of getting better, and I think Wonder Woman's going to be pretty good. The Batman spin-offs are going to be pretty good, I think, because Ben Affleck, I believe, is directing that one. He's directing one of them. Hopefully they can do like a Under the Red Hood storyline or something like that. But it would be very interesting to see what would happen next. Because, just kind of, if he would have died, what could have happened. But I knew that he didn't die because I also knew that there was an untitled Man of Steel sequel. So, I knew that wasn't going to happen. And I don't think DC has enough, balls to do it. And I'm not being a DC hater or anything. But I like DC and Marvel. But I think DC, they should have done that because they know that Marvel, that's their weakness, is they don't kill off their characters for good. So they should have killed off Superman, just kept him dead for a while, and then brought him back. Something like that. Are you done with your bad comments, or do you want to say something else?
Yeah, I'm basically done.
Okay, now the thing that I want to the one last thing I want to talk about is the reason why Batman and Superman fight. Now, I hated the reason that Superman had to fight Batman because he just wanted to, because he had to save his mother, And I thought, that was just like, oh, okay, so it's just, he's just got to do it because he's got to do it. So, it wasn't anything really against the stakes. You know, if it would have been like actually how, because Batman really wanted to kill Superman bad.
Yeah.
So if it would have been cool to see if Superman would have felt the same way. Because in the comics, Dark Knight Returns, I believe it is the same way that, well, something like that, that they just want to fight each other, you know. And it would have been interesting to see that and not have to deal with that kind of story arc, because it's not Batman versus Superman. Then it's really Lex Luthor versus Batman, and well, Superman's fighting Batman, you know, to help Lex Luthor. So, you know, it wasn't really a big fight, but like I said, I thought the fight was pretty visually amazing. I thought that was pretty good. There's some good visual shots throughout the film. You know, they were pretty good. Zack Snyder is a very visual director. You know, you've seen that in 300 and Sucker Punch and all them other movies that he's done. And also, there is no end credit scene, so do not stay after the credits like we did. And I think that's about it. Now, Braden, I do a rating system of winks out of 5 winks. So you get to rate this movie on winks. So you can go 1, 1.5, 2, or 2, and something like that. And then you give your rating, and I'll give mine.
4.
4 winks out of 5 winks.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give Dawn of Justice probably a 3 or a 3.5 out of 5 winks, just because you know, the reason I'd say the goods outweighed the bads, but the bads were still there. They were still pretty present. But, you know, there are some things that they can fix. Hopefully, I wish Zack Snyder would not be in control of this universe anymore. I wish they would get somebody else to go in, because it would be very cool to see somebody else kind of, you know, kind of mess around with this universe, because he's directed both of these first entries to the DC universe, and they have not been the best. So, you know, maybe we need somebody different. But since we have Patty Jenkins doing the Wonder Woman movie, maybe. That's about it. Alright, guys. I'm Jay Wink.
Monarch 527.
And I'm winking out. See you guys later.